Hey guys, welcome back to another session here on Relationship Ed, where we try to figure out what's going on in
His head.
and her head. Today, you have Main, your co-host, and our lovely Miss Chrissy.
Chrissy B.
Awesome.
Yes.
What are we going to be talking about today, Chrissy?
Well, this topic, men love her, women submit. Do you really believe that women should submit? And men, it goes hand in hand. If she's submitting to you, you need to love her.
Sounds like a statement there. I think it's going to be a good topic.
I think so too.
So let's jump into it.
Yes.
What do you get from the term men love her, women submit? Let's see what we can talk about.
Why? Alright, so to be honest with you, I know what submit means. Submissiveness. All of the adjective and verb and stuff you can get from the word. Submit, when I looked it up, it means to, give up your will, to be obedient, and so on. So, to be honest with you, since I looked up, like I said, we know what submit mean over the years, but we just feel like, say, boy, we went to Sunday school, and they told you to be submissive, because the Bible says it in 1 Corinthians.
Somewhere in there. Alright, somewhere in the Bible where the Corinthians are belong. The phone dead. We're gonna fact check that later on. I love being a co-host. This is so nice. Why wasn't I doing this before? Well,
I don't know.
Where were you all my life?
So Ephesians 5 verse 22 to 23 says, and this is the NIV, New International Version, it says, Wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as you do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the church. No, the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. Now, as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husbands in everything. Now, we'll get that. Of course, we all need to submit to somebody. So, of course, wives are going to submit, our women are going to submit to our men, and then men will submit to Christ. However, submitting for me, as it is said that submit, to lay your will out there for somebody basically to direct you. Now, from Sunday school days, we never agreed with submitting, because submissive means, once again, to be obedient. It's like a child. It means to, give somebody your will, that literally let them lead you in everything. So if the man say, you said to your husband, babe, my friends are going out this weekend, they're going to we're going to chill somewhere. We tell them everything will go happen from A to Z. And the man says, you're not going anywhere now. Of course, we know say love go hand in hand, but let's say he doesn't love you enough, because based on how we're cultured, some men are not able to really love you as they say they do with words. So pretty much the guy say, you're not going. How do you submit there?
That's a good question. All right, so here's where I stand with that. If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man says, you're not going, how do you submit? If the man sa I'm in two minds some of the times because it's a little confusing. Sometimes the term submit gets taken out of context. And if you were to read the entire scripture where men loving their wives and women submitting because of that fact of love, then we can understand where obedience comes from. It's an understanding that we are both going to be to the rule of the relationship, right? I don't step out on you, don't step out on me, right? Um, but in the layman's term, the general of the term, submit, to just give up of your will, to simply the man is the head and simply that means what he says goes. I just do not subscribe to that, because to be honest, as a male, it's not something that's attractive to men. Men love when a woman can stand on her own feet, be independent of him, can make decisions even without him there. Not to suggest that she's so much of a feminist, she's going to take all the decisions by herself. It's just that trust in the relationship is there, and she is um, on that level where being obedient to the rules of the relationship, she can submit in that way. And vice versa too. Chrissy, don't get me wrong, the men should be submitted to their women because love is reciprocal. It is I give and you give. It's something for something. It's not a case where, and if that's not there, what type of love are we talking about?
I see a lot of men railing up right now when he said men should submit as well.
Yes, I know. Please comment.
You know, there's this song where the man sings, so them a gangster and them girl around them head, tell them if you touch the streets, when you got them. Anyways, I mean, if you should talk about submissiveness, then that song now, you get me, would have raise up in a someone head, cause naturally no man no want no woman tell them to do nothing. And even the matter of even a man helping in the household, to them, because I was looking at it in terms of being submissive, it was on the matter of us really doing everything in the house, as in as we were kind of made to do our what society tell us that we're supposed to do. Take care of house, picnic them, wash plate, cook, clean, do everything till a pot down, pretty much. I don't agree with that. I do believe that I should do what I can do as hard or as long as I can. However, I do believe that the man is supposed to help me. All man have four pitney, if you wash so much clothes, or if you have to hang out on the line, you still have to cook, you still have to clean behind four kids. It is not fair.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, and it is not fair for a man to just say, yo, his mother taught him that he should just work the money and come in. So I will work the money. So you need to help me as well.
So that brings up a good point, Chrissy. A term, a phrase, help mate. And this is what a relationship comes, guys. I hope that we can blaze up the comment section with very interesting points here. I'm always going to encourage you guys to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, talk. Keep the conversation flowing in the comment section below. But back to the term helpmate. It's gender neutral, the term. So any person in the relationship can assume that role, helping their counterpart do what is needed to make the household work. Even if it's a rented place, it's still somewhere that you consider home if you both reside there, or even if you're just visiting each other. So we should be cognizant of the fact that somebody brings home the bread, somebody cleans. And even if the person can't clean, the person who brings home the bread can't clean. If the person is at home and they cook and they clean and they wash and everything, and they can go out and make an extra buck, say for example they're an entrepreneur, they're a freelancer, they can go, they take some pictures and come back in with bread, bring in the bread. It is to help. The goal of the relationship is to last. And if the goal of the relationship is to last, however we last together, that is what we should be accomplishing. So back to your point of girl around the maid is not necessarily cut and dry like that. And most of the men who are in the dancehall, reggae, musical atmosphere do not live exactly what they portray in a song, because their relationships are something they value much more than the hype of what something sounds like. And you will see them putting in the work, the dedication. Um, Sometimes they will compromise in their relationships to make it work. And if a guy out there is saying him woman are run him head because the man are saying woman say your time for come home, make you don't show up several times. And see Joe Grind round there showing up. We're gonna have a different type of conversation. Check me out in the comments, guys. I'm gonna say something about that, guys. Check it out.
Yes. So I mean, there was something when we were discussing this before that context is very important.
Absolutely.
But to be honest with you, reading over Ephesians, it's really telling me that in fact the context was about following Christ. However, it still goes back to the fact that it was mentioned that we should submit. Now, I was looking at a scenario. A woman says she wants to change jobs. Her reason for this is because she wants to bring in more money. She works at a call center. She wants to go into life insurance, for example, where she thinks she can make more money. She thinks she can spend more time with her children too, because it allows you that leverage. Really and truly, if a woman brings this to the man says, boy, he doesn't think it's a good idea. A lot of men, they don't like to express why they think something is not a good idea. A lot of men don't tell you how much they make. And I made this point because I'm getting to the point of the fact that the man will not tell you that he doesn't want you to go into that job because it's going to pay you more than he's earning.
That's one point.
Yes.
Some men can be so base as to say they don't want their woman seemingly wearing the pants in the relationship. Now, I disagree, because making more money does not constitute you wearing the pants.
Exactly.
Because the role of the man, and the term very, very clearly states that you are responsible as a man. When you're a boy, you are not so responsible, even if you have responsibilities. So a man should know his level of responsibility, but most importantly, he is living up to it, and hence the term being a man. And as such, though, Chrissy, once we are going back to the helpmate situation, kind of coexisting, we should be able to pick up on the fact that submitting to a woman in certain aspects is not a bad thing, because it allows the relationship to grow, it allows it to last.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
It does.
If a man thinks he needs to earn more than his counterpart to prove that he's a man in the relationship, he probably needs to readjust his thought. Because, to be honest, if we're in a relationship that we want to be in, I am for you the woman is for me the man, we're going to want to see us both growing, whether it's in our careers, finances, any little thing that might arise. Mm-hmm. And I would want to encourage my woman to get more out of life. And like by virtue, I would prefer if she, shows me some of those interests, mm-hmm. and pushes confidence into me so I can also earn. Mm-hmm. But all of that comes down to the bottom line. We are making more in our relationship, whether it's more networking potential, mm-hmm. more financial capabilities, mm-hmm. whatever those things are, we're earning, and the relationship is growing from that.
It is true. Well, once again, submitting for me and a man loving me, it is said that happy wife, happy home. Saying right?
Happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife, happy home, happy wife, happy life. So naturally, if I'm submitting to my man, and by submitting, we just do the regular things I'm supposed to do. Make sure say things sort out in other house. Comes home, suppose he's distracted. If he comes home and he's always grumpy, then so that go mess with the submissiveness. Otherwise, me go feel trampled. I'm go feel like, boy, we're just going at depression every day. And I'm sure no man wants to have a woman moping around the house because she go become probably miserable too. Or if she's a person who will not speak up, she go just look like one, I don't know, one sad puppy, wet puppy in her
That's a good
house.
point, because to be honest, to pick up on your point, where does the emotion go? Where does the feeling go when you feel disappointed, disrespected, verbally abused, financially, psychologically abused, and you keep that all bottled in? It's gonna come out as being something that takes away from the relationship, you know, and that doesn't help to progress the relationship at all.
Right. So once again, for me, it's about them going hand in hand. So if I'm going to submit, which as me make it point blank clear earlier, I am not the type to submit. I'm the type to love. I will do what I have to do. But submit means obeying and giving them a will. Me not agree with that. You get what me I say? Me not gonna be obedient to no man. No lie, that no sound right. I'm gonna be obedient because I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. But it just sounds strong if we put it like that.
But if we analyze it, then it can be an issue. Being obedient, like we spoke about, is just in the context of show the relationship. We're abiding by the rules, the unspoken rules of relationship. Because I've never seen a rule book for
Okay,
relationships,
for
literally.
sure, that makes sense.
But to just submit because the man is the man and you're the woman and you're below the man, that thing doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like that is the ground that most persons had it from then. It was about them being under because as a woman you're supposed to be at the back. You get what I say? Look at then, men they were married, you know, they had concubines. So many things going on. Case in point, I know about a situation where this man he lives with 3 women and it's right here in Montego. So he came on Mobatory at some point, and the thing is, he was with a woman first, and the woman, they had a good relationship, they had a child. Now, the woman found out about the next woman, so she left. Anyways, in the long run, Corey, Colleen, she back, or something, but they end up back together, and the 2 women them live. Then, one next woman come in a story. So, 3 of them, plus a man. No,
Interesting.
you can't so submissive. Not even money. You couldn't have money. You couldn't have the best tool. I mean, what? What?
Where that is concerned, guys, if you would submit to a man who has other partners, what would cause you to do so? Light up the comment section. That's a very interesting topic. You women have a lot of viewpoints on said topic. Us men like to listen and follow what you guys say. So please, in the comments.
Yes. So pretty much, I'm all out of
The submissive game.
yes, because this is very touchy for me, and
Being obedient isn't bad.
yes,
To the rules of the relationship, respecting each other, trying to make sure I don't step out on you, don't step out on me, and we grow. But this old-fashioned concept of the term submit needs to be readjusted. And we need to put that in the right space, like in the top shelf, way around the back, till you totally understand it. Because you see, this man and woman thing is literally for those 2 groups, man and woman, not boy and girl. You know, that is like testing on the waters, like boyfriend, girlfriend category of stuff. Leave that to teenagers and boys and girls. You go into the man and woman category of life, you gotta operate as such. I think that would conclude it for me.
there's just one thing that came to mind too was the matter of, even Christ. There is absolutely no way that, how God created us to, of course, we're to be obedient to all of these things. If he wanted us as robots, he would have make we so. And, he's not this man with this waiting to whip across your back because I do something wrong. So once again, based on how we're expressing this thought towards, men loving the woman and the woman submitting, it can very well be that too. You just try your best to be in accordance with Christ, and you would, just love him, and that would help you to not fall out of line. So pretty much the same thing. The woman love the man, and that way everybody happy. She do what she's supposed to do in the house, with help, as was said earlier, and everybody will be happy.
So it's not just in the house, it's around the house.
Yeah.
And likewise for the man, around the house and in the house as well. Right?
And in the
We're agreeing on
relationship.
that point. There we go. So this has been another interesting topic. We hope we can get some huge feedback in terms of commenting, subscriptions, liking and sharing, where we have our beautiful host, Ms. Chrissy B. This has been Relationship Ed, where we try to figure out
What's going on in
her
his
head.
head.